any genre, any artist that wants a stage, K-Poppin' is ready to provide it for you with our Tiniest Stage. And for today, we've got not one, but two amazing artists in the studio. We have for you Jimmy Brown&Rovv in the studio. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Hello guys.
Hello. Please introduce yourself. 인사 부탁드릴게요.
네, I go by the name of Jimmy Brown. Yep, it's been a while.
Welcome to the show. 자, 로브 씨도.
안녕하세요. 로브입니다.
반갑습니다. Jimmy, you sound like you speak a little bit of English.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit?
Yep.
May I ask where you learned your English?
I was in Australia when I was like 17 for 1 year.
For 1 year?
Yep.
Considering you were there for only a year, English is actually pretty good.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it? Okay. 로브 씨는 영어?
알아들을 줄은 아는데.
Okay.
네. 얘 잘해요.
그래요?
잘해요.
Okay, no, the only reason I ask this is because people who tend to speak a little bit of English tend to get warmed up a little too late. So I'm just telling you guys in advance.
Okay.
아니, 좀 영어를 할 줄 아시는 분들이 꼭 이렇게 후하시더라고요. 처음에는 막 쑥스럽고 막 안 쓴 지도 오래됐고 막 그러다가 이제 거의 끝날 때쯤 되면 그때서야 좀 터져서 이제 막 너무 아쉬워하시니까 그냥 미리.
오케이.
미리 만약에 하시고 싶으시면 망설일 필요 없이 그냥 하시면 돼요. So yeah, a lot of people tend to be like, I should have spoke more English towards the end of the show. So today we're going to get a chance to get to know these two as much as possible. Mm-hmm. And first things first, we've actually been getting a lot of listeners from overseas that were really excited that both of you were coming into the studio today. So I want to ask, have you been kind of feeling the fact that you've got a pretty big overseas following? 사실 며칠 전부터 지금 해외 청취자분들이 엄청 기대하고 있었거든요. 두 분 나온다고 해서.
정말요?
그래서
고마워 얘들아.
Thank you.
그래서 이제 뭐 아무래도 SNS나 이런 데 보면 이제 뭐 댓글이나 이제 커멘 쪽으로 봤을 때는 이제 외국 분들이 좀 보일 수도 있으니까 혹시 두 분 그게 좀 실감이 나요?
아직도 안 믿겨요.
아, 그래요?
네.
오.
네.
Okay, so still a bit unbelievable. That's all happening. But you can see that there are like a good majority.
Oh yeah, I see the numbers going up.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. So since it's their first time both in the studio for today, we're going to treat this like I first met you, which is pretty much the whole thing. Yep. So for some loyal fans who know these two, it might be a little tedious because I have to get to know them just for the sake of our other listeners. Mm-hmm. So first things first, how did you two come up with your stage names?
My Korean name is Jiwon.
Okay.
When I was in Australia, one of them asked me, "What's your middle name?" Which I don't have. I said G. Then you're Jimmy. That's how I got my English name.
Okay. That's pretty simple. Okay.
Yeah, and I started my music career since I bought a CD from Chris Brown.
Okay.
I named after him. So.
Okay, so just Jimmy Brown.
Yeah, Jimmy Brown.
It sounds
I'm
a good
simple
writer.
man, so.
Yeah, it's simple. The simple is best, though.
Yeah, man.
simple is best. 로브 씨는 어떻게 예명을 지으셨어요?
러브송.
오.
그래서 제가 이제 사랑에 관한 노래를 만드니까.
네네네네.
Love, Rob 해가지고 러브송.
Oh, okay. So his was also pretty simple. He kind of took it from the inspiration of love song. So love. Rove, he thought it would actually have a nice rhyme to it. So since he talks about love songs and writes them, Rove song kind of fit in. So that's how he kind of came up with it. Both of them, very simple reasons, but simple is always best. So I need to see kind of like how, I know you guys individually do music, but like you guys have been doing a lot more music together these days. So I want to know how this came to be. 이제 각자 음악을 하시는데 최근 들어서 이제 두 분 이제 같이 음악을 더 많이 하시니까 이유는 친해서 아니면 지미 브라운 씨는 그냥 로브 씨의 그 인기를 좀 어떻게 더 활용을 하고 싶어서 뭐 이렇게 뭐 이유가 있을 수 있잖아요.
이 친구 외모를 좀
외모를 빌리고 싶어서. 진짜요?
네.
서로 빌리는 겁니다.
그래요?
둘이 했을 때 더 힘이 나기도 하고 네. 혼자 하면은 외롭기도 하니까.
그래요?
네.
Okay. So I was kind of teasing them since they seem really close. I was just like, are you like just using each other? And they're like, actually kind of. We're kind of in this like win-win situation where we're kind of using each other for whatever reason. But also, just to, in all honesty, they like kind of doing music together. They seem to gain a lot more strength doing it together. And on top of that, you know, you can get lonely doing music by yourself. But okay, so this is the thing. It's a saying where you're not supposed to work with people that you're friends with. So never really work with your friends because, or maybe with a loved one because it could be very, very dangerous.
Yeah?
So I want to know if that has ever come into play. 사실 두 분은 원래 이제 작업을 하시기 전에 좀 더 그냥 친구가 이제 친하셨던 거죠.
네.
근데 그런 얘기 많잖아요. 친한 사람이나 사랑하는 사람과는 일은 하지 말라고 얘기를 하는데 이게 친구로서의 편함과 나를 이해해주는 것 같은 느낌들이 막상 이제 음악을 같이 하거나 아니면 이제 일을 같이 했을 때 부딪힐 수 있는데 두 분은 일하시면서는 그런 거는 없었었나요?
Never.
Never? Really?
When it comes to making music, never.
Really?
Yeah.
왜냐면 하다못해 이제 많은 아티스트 분들이 녹음하는 과정에서도 좀 트러블이 많이 있더라고요.
저희 녹음 따로 해요.
그래도 컨펌, 최종 컨펌이 둘 중에 하나는 뭔가가 나야 되잖아요.
안 해요. 저희는 컨펌 안 해요.
그냥 본인이 만족스러워서 끝나는 거예요?
Yeah, that's how it goes.
That's how it goes?
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice system. 너무 좋은데요? Okay, so yeah, apparently there's never been any fights or whatever clashes with them doing music. I was like, no, because even sometimes like I've seen some artists like they're very particular of how they record stuff. They go, oh no, we never record together. We do it. So then who confirms the final cut? Like each other. So like if Rove does something and he sends it off, that's it. Like
that's
Jimmy
it.
doesn't really touch it or say anything about it. Like he should re-record it or anything. So no retakes, no directing each other, no nothing like that.
Not at all.
일부러 그러시는 건가요? 아니면?
아니요, we trust each other.
Oh, you just
Yo.
Really? 근데 지금까지 결과가 좋아서. 근데 왜냐면 진짜 제 주변에만 봐도 특히 이제 음악을 프로듀싱까지 다 하시는 분들이 있으면 귀가 많이 예민해질 수밖에 없는 상황이어서 본인이 그렸던 그림이 있는데 그거를 맞추지 못하면 오는 스트레스가 엄청난가 봐요. 근데 그게 이제 물론 심플하게 생각하면 상관은 없는데 그걸 또 이제 파기 시작하면 끝도 없는 게 음악이다 보니까
네.
진짜 숨소리 하나가 거슬린다고 하시는 분들도 있거든요. 그러니까 여기서 꼭 숨을 쉬었었어야 되겠니? 아니면 뭐 여기서 꼭 그거를 마이크에다 대고 숨을 쉬었었어야 되겠니? 끊어가도 됐었잖아. 막 이런 진짜 하다못해 그런 걸로
못해.
그런 것까지는 절대 못
No
하시는.
No way.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah, I was just explaining that I've seen cases where like people will get, so if you like produce and stuff like that, people's ears get really sensitive, especially because you have to like mix and match every sound in the song if you're like the main producer. So I've seen certain people like, let's say for an example, like they'll be like, did you have to breathe in the mic? Like, did you really have to breathe there? Like, you could have just like cut it out. You know what I mean? Like, why? Like, I've seen people get to that level and they're like, oh no. We can't even do that. So how did you guys first meet? 이제 두 분 처음은 어떻게 만나신 거예요?
처음에는 전에 한 5년?
Okay. About 5 years ago?
5년 전에 크루가 있었어요. 원래
Okay.
다른 크루가 있었는데 거기서 그냥 만나가지고 작업하다가 좀 더 친해진 거죠. 그대에서 더.
그러니까 원래 같은 크루에 있었었는데 그냥 같은 크루였다가 이제 작업을 하면서 좀 우리 둘이 좀 잘 맞구나 하는 거.
It's been more than 5 years.
Okay.
We were so broke at the time.
Yeah.
그래서 그냥 각자 열심히 살았었어요.
Okay.
그때는.
Okay. So yeah, like while you're in the crew, you're doing whatever you need to do, but just like doing music on the side.
Then we got closer after like 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Yep.
That just magic happened.
네.
Yeah.
Okay, so since you both create awesome music, and
you.
it is a genre that not only my writer but myself enjoys as well, were you both interested in this genre, or did you find that you are better at this genre? 사실 이제 곡을 작업을 하고 하시는 분들을 보면 나한테 맞는 장르가 있고 내가 좋아하는 장르가 좀 따로 있을 수가 있단 말이에요. 물론 같이 겹치면 너무 좋지만 하다 보니까 나는 막 빅마마 같이 이렇게 막 노래를 막 할 수 없는 장르인데 너무
그렇죠.
좋아하지만
그렇죠.
그러면 나는 이런 음악을 해야지라고 이제 좀 선택을 해야 되는데 두 분은 지금 하고 계시는 장르가 원래 좋아하는 장르예요? 아니면 좀 하다 보니까 좀 맞춰진 장르일까요?
저는 원래 힙합을 좋아했고
Okay.
그것도 잘 맞아요.
Okay.
근데 이제 영역을 확장시키다 보니까 R&B를 듣게 됐고 R&B가 제 무드에 맞더라고요. 그래서 지금은 이제 R&B 모드지만 언젠가는 또 힙합 모드, R&B 모드 바꿀 수 있다는 거.
Oh.
그래서 둘 다 좋아합니다.
Oh, okay.
둘
Okay.
다예요. 네.
Okay. So yeah, Rob was saying that he likes hip hop, but he's noticed that as he started to, gain interest in R&B and kind of attempt R&B as well, it sounds better with his voice and he adapts to it better. But he definitely is an artist that can do both, and so we can definitely look forward to seeing both of those genres in his voice later down the line. Jimmy, what about you?
R&B has been one and only genre for me
Okay.
since the day one. So.
Okay. When was that day one? 처음 두 분은 언제 음악에 좀 관심을 좀 많이 갖게 됐었나요? Like not just 그냥 음악이 좋네 이런 말고 진짜 막 매일 듣고 정말 막 이거를 좀 막 하기 시작하고 막 따라 부르고 막 작업 따로 하고 이러는 시점은 언제쯤이에요?
Back in 2008.
Okay. Jimmy, for you, 08? Okay. 로브 씨는?
6년 전.
6년 전이요?
네.
Okay, 6 years ago for you too. 뭐 계기가 있었을까요? 왜냐면 좀 약간 아이돌 분들이 인터뷰를 하게 되면 이제 정말 딱 아니야. 뭐 예를 들면 뭐 장기자랑을 한번 나갔는데 그 무대의 맛을 한번 보니까 나는 무조건 이거를 해야 되겠다 이런 깨달음이 올 때가 있거든요. 근데 이제 싱어송라이터 하시는 분들은 좀 그 계기가 좀 다르게 오는 것 같아서. So like for singer-songwriters, I feel that there's just a different trigger that like kind of sets you into that mindset. 그러면 두 분은 좀 어땠어요? Ro?
저는 원래 약대를 준비하고 있었어요. 원래.
He's a smart one.
신촌에서.
Really?
그래서 준비하다가 근데 어느 날 제가 기면증이 있다는 사실을 알았습니다. 나르콜랩시.
Oh wow.
네. 그래서 짧게 얘기하자면 기면증이 있어서 그만해야겠다. 이제 뭔가 외부에서 나한테 바랬던 거는 공부였는데 공부를 이제 그만하고 내가 원하는 걸 찾겠다. 그 중에서 좋아했던 게 음악이에요. 그래서 그날을 기억합니다. 신도림 놀이터에서 11월 11일 날
11월 11일 날이요?
예, 빼빼로데이였어요.
어머. 혹시 실현 당했어요?
그건 아니에요. 그 진단서를 딱 받아들고 내가 원하는 삶은 이게 아니었는데 하면서 이제 많이 결심을 했죠. 음악을 하겠다.
Oh, wow. So yeah, I was asking them, Jimmy's going to give us his story in just a few moments, but Ro was saying his is a little bit deeper. So apparently he's the quote unquote smart one, according to what Jimmy said. But yeah, he was getting ready to, go down the route of what most Korean parents want, study. He had the brains to do it and everything. But he had a diagnosis and he still remembers this. He said it was in the playground at Sindorim on Pepero Day or, Cookie Day on the 11th of November. And he was holding his test results and he realized that he was not going to be able to do what everybody wanted to do for like what him to do in his life. So he was like, I think I need to fall back on music. And so that was something that he was passionate about, but not something that he was able to kind of pursue at the time. So he decided that he was going to do that. All right, Jimmy, what about you?
Back in 2008, I bought 2 CDs.
Okay.
One is from Chris Brown, and the other it was from Kanye West.
All right.
That was actually the first time to ever listen to black music.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up listening ballad.
Oh, just like Korean ballads.
It was so cool. Like I told my mom, I want to do this.
Really?
That's how I started.
Back into that. I'm surprised that it took you up until 2008 to be exposed to.
That's how it is. Everybody listens to ballad.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody's crying.
Right. Korea has a lot of emotions. And 2008 was a very emotional year in music. Okay, sounds good. We're gonna get to know like how you guys write songs. So you guys said that you record separately, but how do you write music in general? I've noticed that a lot of people have different ways of writing music. 사실 제 주변에도 그렇고 지금까지 이제 거쳐간 많은 아티스트분들한테 여쭤보면 확실히 작업하시는 환경이 달라요. 어떤 분들은 일처럼 생각하셔서 출퇴근을 하시는 분들이 있고, 그러니까 오늘 그냥 무조건 작업실에 출근해서 죽이 되든 밥이 되든 일단은 비트 하나라도 찍어서 나오는 분들이 있고, 좀 기다리고 그냥 영감이 떠오를 때까지 기다렸다는 분들도 있고, 그냥 하루 종일 메모라든지 이런 거를 좀 생각을 해서 좀 뭐 계속 녹음을 한다든지 뭐 적는다든지 하고 이제 어떤 날 딱 잡아서 이제 작업실 가시는 분, 그러니까 정말 다양해요.
네, 맞아요.
너무 다양한데 두 분은 좀 주로 어떤 식으로 작업을 하시는지?
출퇴근 하듯이 해요.
오,
네,
그래요. 작업실이 딱 오늘 난 몇 시부터 몇 시까지. 오.
아무래도 인디펜던트 아티스트다 보니까 누가 제어하는 사람도 없고 그러다 보니까 이제 너무 기분대로만 하면
위험해요.
네, 위험하더라고요.
맞아요.
네, 위험해요.
그러니까 이제 정말 일이라고 생각하고 일단은 가는군요.
네. 근데 일단 하면은 재밌다고 생각하는데 일단은 지키려고 해요. 너무 잘 돼도 나오려고 하고. 네. 무리하면.
그것도 있겠네요.
네.
작업이 지금 너무 잘 돼서 막 이틀 막 밤샐 각이면 그것도 제어를 하고 일단은 퇴근하고 그럴 수도 있겠네요.
네.
Oh, okay. So Ro was saying that he himself, he's an independent artist. So he tries to think of it kind of like a 9 to 5. So he'll go to the studio at a certain time and then he'll try to go home at a certain time too. And he says that there's a reason for the balance because like, yeah, there's times where he's not going to be able to be inspired by anything and he just kind of sits there and just, does stuff. But then there are days where the song is, the juices are flowing, he's in the zone and he wants to get this done. But he knows that can be really dangerous too, because then you can be like in his studio the whole, like for 2 days, no sleep, like no food if you're like too in the zone. So he needs that to kind of balance himself a little bit so that he doesn't get too deep into that, even if he is in the zone. Jimmy, what about you?
I'm pretty much the same as him.
Okay.
I work 9 to 5. All
right.
And I rest on the weekend.
Okay. Wow.
I'm more 회사원 than 회사원.
You try to stay as scheduled as possible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, not all days you're going to get inspired. So, what do you do when you're not inspired? 일단은 그럼 두 분은 일단 출근을 하시잖아요.
네.
그러면 작업실에 출근을 했어요. 근데 오늘 그냥 잠을 못 자서 그런지 그런 애 있죠. 진짜 뇌가 안 돌아가는 날. 그러니까 정말 아무것도 생각이 안 나고 비트도 뭐고 뭐 멜로디고 뭐고 뭐 진짜 영감도 뭐고 뭐 없어. 그냥 정말 just empty. 이었을 때는 뭐예요?
일단은 그냥 해요.
그냥 일단은 프로그램 열어놓고 띠까띠까 해요?
그러니까 저는 아티스트가 그렇게 엄청나게 특별하다고 생각 안 하거든요. 그러니까 회사원도 출근하면 하잖아요.
그렇죠.
그럼 아티스트도 해야죠. 그러니까 일이 다른 것뿐 이렇게 생각해서 일단은 그냥 계속 듣고 있어요. 일단은.
그러니까 옛날 거 뭐 좀 찾아서 다시 듣는다든지 이런 것까지 다 포함인 거죠?
네.
Wow, okay. Jimmy, are you pretty much the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have this belief that don't go out trying to find inspiration. Let the inspiration come to you.
Wow, that's deep.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. Yeah, but yeah, Rov was saying that he feels that, artists shouldn't feel that they're any like different than somebody who's going to the office. I mean, people who go to the office, they still have to do work. So he himself feels like, if he's really not inspired that day, he'll just open up the program. He'll just start, messing with some beats. He'll do whatever. He'll listen to stuff that he did before and just try to, get the juices flowing because it's their job. So speaking of music, we actually going to get a chance to hear Over and Over, and I would like to have a description of the song before we hear this live. Over and Over를 라이브를 첫 곡으로 들을 건데 이 곡 소개는 누가 해주실 건가요?
네, 제가 Over and Over는 사랑 노래고요. I wanted to make something very catchy,
Okay.
repetitive. So
This is the idea that you got.
yep.
Okay, I'm going to let you guys have a sip of water before you guys get a chance to sing live for us for today. So for those of you just tuning in and you're very curious as to who these very good-looking men are in the studio, we've got Jimmy Brown&Rovv in the studio, and they are Tiniest Stage for today, and they're going to sing live for us Over and Over, which is our first live for today. 준비됐어요?
네.
Are you ready? All right, music, cue.
Hey. Got me putting in time in, got me so in it, so charming. Hooked up on the feeling, it's just so I found peace. On the same thing on repeat. 매번 혼자인 밤이 채워져 많이. Got me addicted, I'm feeling. If you ever need something, I'll give you all me. 저기 경적역인 웃음 빨간 점의 TV 위도 빛은 미끄러져 이유 다시 처음인데 hey. We've been going over and over and over, over and over and over, over and over and over. By the time we start feeling so, then it's time to start it over. We've been over and over and over.
심장이 너무 뜨거워 가슴이 대일 것 같지 I got a thought of you Same bus of your body 10 or 6, 9 girl Eyes open like night oh, we gon' do over and over We gon' do over and over Tell me now how can I stop it Yeah, it ain't overreacting You know tonight is a night Time coming out 넌 어두운 햇빛 Yeah, come my boy 이렇게 한 번 더 다시 할게 This game's not over We do it more and more Over and over Over, over and over Over, over and over and over By the time we start feeling sober Then it's time to start it over We've been going over and over and over By the time we start feeling sober We've been going over and over and over
Wow, how was that live? That was awesome. That was the CD. That can't be live. So we have Jimmy Brown&Rovv in the studio. Bravo to the live performance that they just gave us of Over and Over. Diana was saying that since 2019, every time Jimmy introduces Over and Over, it's a love song.
Yes, it is.
It's a love song. What else can you say? It's a love song. Okay, so we're going to get to know these two just a little bit more for today. I always ask this because I personally don't know how people do this, with, especially when they are producers, because I think you just are so awesome about it. 사실 정말 옛날에 호기심에 저도 이제 음악을 한번 만들어 보겠다고 그 프로그램이랑 마이크랑 이제 뭐 다 샀어요. 샀죠? 근데 그 프로그램을 열어놓으면 마치 포토샵을 열어놓고 아무것도 모르는 상태에서 뭘 어떻게 해야 할지 모르겠는 거예요. 그래서 주변 지인분들이 MR을 한번 만들어 보면 될 거다. 그러면 익숙해질 거다 했는데 그거부터 난관이 온 거예요. 제가 좋아하는 음악이 너무 어렵기도 하고
네,
그 똑같은 소리를 찾아내는 인내심이 너무 없기도 했는데 그래서 저는 사실 프로듀싱 하시는 분들이 너무 대단해요. 그냥 그 인내심 하나 때문에도 너무 대단한데 제 성격이 뭔가 게으른 완벽주의자라서 게으름이 많은데 뭔가를 봤을 때는 어설프게 됐을, 그러니까 뭔가 만족이 좀
아.
어려운 타입. 그래서 아티스트 분들한테 제가 꼭 여쭤보는 질문 중에 하나는 녹음을 하다 보면 또 하고 또 하고 또 할 수도 있는 정말 늪에 빠질 수 있는데
네.
두 분은 어떻게 스스로 오케이를 주시나요? 그러니까 몇 택에 뭐 약간 한계가 있을까요? 아니면 느낌을 중심으로 보시나요? 뭐 어디서 스탑해요?
느낌이 온다.
느낌이 온다.
근데 이제 너무 옥죄지 않으려고 해요. 그래서 회사원처럼 하는 게 오늘 못 끝내면 오늘까지 한 게 나의 베스트다. 네, 이렇게 정합니다.
그러니까 오늘까지 이제 녹음을 했는데
네.
1절까지밖에 못 했고 뭐 이거를 한 100번 녹음을 했는데 그냥 오늘 여기까지.
네, 그렇죠. 딱 거기서 만족할 줄 알아야 다음 스텝도 있는 것 같아서. 네.
Oh, okay. So I was explaining a little bit of backstory that years ago I was curious. I wanted to try to make my own music, so I bought a program, bought a mic, all that. I didn't even know what to do. I was staring at a blank screen, not knowing what to do. People were telling me that I should try to make my own instrumentals, and it was just a roadblock for me because I liked a lot of hard music and I just couldn't find the sounds that I wanted. So whenever I see artists, I always applaud their patience, in my opinion, but also it's really hard for me to say it's done. So I want to know how our artists do it. Rova says that the reason why he kind of treats himself like an office worker, a 9 to 5, is because he feels that day is his best. So if it's time to clock out and he's recorded like one part a bazillion times, he's like, you know what? No, I'm leaving it. I'm clocking out today. This is my best I did. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to come back to it later, because he feels that if not, then there's just going to be no other standard for him to go from there on. Jimmy, what about you?
It really depends.
Okay.
Sometimes I record over and over,
Okay.
but sometimes it goes quick.
Okay. So why do you find yourself doing it over and over again? What were some of the reasons why you didn't like the take?
I just do it by feels.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. 그냥 그때 느낌대로.
Okay, so both of you kind of play off of just if it sounded right.
네.
그러면 이제 회사원처럼 이제 퇴근을 하고 이제 다음 날 아침에 다시 들으면 이제 새로운 귀로 듣는
그쵸.
좀 그게 있잖아요. 그러면 혹시 이제 작업하시는 분들은 이제 제가 하드 드라이브를 팬도라 상자라고 하거든요. 왜냐면 팬도라 상자처럼 정말 수많은 곡들이 많고 10초짜리부터 시작해서 막 10분짜리도 분명히 이제 그런 녹음들도 있을 거라서 진짜 어제는 너무 기분 좋게 막 너무 잘 됐어. 퇴근을 했어요. 근데 다시 다음날 돌아왔는데 나 뭐 한 거야? 하고 어제 느낌이 너무 좋아서 녹음을 해놓고 했는데 별로인 적이 있었을까요?
너무 많죠.
너무 많아요?
네.
그럼 그럴 때 어떻게 해요?
버립니다. 네.
그냥 버려요? 뭐 롭 씨는 지미 씨한테 보내서 봐. 한번 들어봐줘. 뭐 이런 것도 없어요?
안 해요. 그런 거 안 해요.
진짜요? 남의 의견 따위는 그 상황에서는 없어요?
일단 본인 선에서 통과를 해야 보내기 때문에.
진짜?
네.
두 분 MBTI 뭐예요? 너무 궁금한데?
저는 INTJ요.
INT J일 줄 알았어요.
전
오케이.
인프피요.
어떻게 되세요? MBTI.
저
E예요?
E. 네.
아.
E인데 좀 성향이 좀 많은 것 같기는 해요. 일 빼고는. 네.
네네.
일 빼고는
중간이실
집에서.
것 같아요. 네네네.
근데 ENTP예요.
ENTP.
오케이.
So anyways, we have Rove is an INTJ and we have an INFP, but both I's, I can kind of see that here, but I can tell Rove is the J definitely because of how he reacts to a lot of the things that I'm talking about today. But also saying, since both of them were saying that they kind of go off the feel of a track, like Jimmy was just saying, like, I kind of have to get that vibe. I need to get that feel of the song for me to like stop recording, right? So I was like, okay, so what if you were like, you were in the zone, you got a song done, you went home that day, and then you came back the next morning and you listen to it and you're like, oh my God, that is trash. What do you do? They're like, oh, we trash it. I was like, but shouldn't you like send it to your friends or like send it to each other and be like, dude, what do you think? You like the sound? Should I add it? Should I trash it not? They're like, nah, we need to make our own decision if the song is going to be good or not so that we can move on to the next step. So I need to know, the reason why I'm asking this question is most idols hate their debut single because of how much repeat it is and because they've grown so much since the song has come out. So do you guys ever go back to a song and you're like, you cringe over it? 사실 많은 아이돌분들이 타이틀곡 팬분들은 안 그러지만 데뷔곡을 좀 싫어해요. 왜냐면 많이 듣기도 많이 들었지만 이제 정말 오래 활동하신 아이돌분들은 정말 아기 때 10대 때 녹음을 했던 곡을 30대에 부르고 있는 경우가 있다 보니까
Scary.
그렇죠. 좀 약간 느낌도 좀 안 살기도 하고 좀 덜 상큼하기도 하고 좀 여러 감정들이 있다고 하더라고요. 근데 이제 두 분은 너무 많은 음악을 지금 너무 좋은 음악을 내셨는데
감사합니다.
지금처럼 좀 약간 오랜만에 듣는데 막 아니면 오랜만에 약간 좀 부르려고 하다 보니까 좀 약간 오그라들고 좀 약간 못 듣겠고 막 그런 건 없을까요?
I never listen to my own song, so.
Oh, you don't listen to your song. You release it, it's done.
But I don't really care about the previous releases.
Really?
I don't really care about the past.
Okay.
That's all me, so.
Okay. But I mean, like, you guys would have to like perform it. 오늘처럼 이제 막 곡들이 이제 막 불러야 되기도 하고 이제 팬분들이 좀 옛날 곡을 불러달라고 하면 어쩌면 연습도 해야 되고 들어야 되는 상황이 된다면. 그냥
I like
그럴 땐-
these too, though.
Okay. 러브 씨는 그래도 곡 중에 지금도 좀 약간 다시 들으면 좀 오그라드는 곡 있을까요?
있죠.
어떤 곡이에요?
근데 그러니까 그렇게까지 싫어하는 곡은 없는데 이제 공연 준비를 하다가 이거 좀 안 사는 곡이었네 라고 느낄 때는 있어요.
오히려 그러니까
네.
뭐 오그라들기 이 정도는 아니지만 좀
네. 이거 좀
별로네.
그땐 좋았는데 지금은 아니네.
그러니까
이런
좀
부분이
느낌이
있어요.
좀 들어오는 곡이 있군요.
네네네.
Okay. So yeah, Jimmy, like he said, he just like puts his songs out there. You know, he doesn't really care about the past him. What's out is out. I was like, but you have to practice if you're like going to do a show or something. It's like, but I mean, I like the songs that we chose today. So he doesn't necessarily have like cringe songs. Rove is pretty much the same way as well. He doesn't really have like a song that he like hates or like cringes over, but he does realize that when he is getting ready for a particular like performance or whatnot, and he'll try to do a song, he'll sometimes be like, man, you know what? When I first like recorded and released this track, I really vibed with it, but now right now it's like it's not giving me the same vibe that I was getting that he liked in the past. So as we continue on, I'm learning so much about these two. With how do you choose when a song is released? Because I feel that, you know, when you have like a label, sometimes the label's like, okay, let's try to eyeball this for like a song to be released. Then, like, when do you both try to, you know, set a schedule to release a track? 사실 이제 좀 큰 회사에 있는 분들이나 이제 좀 매니지먼트 좀 큰 분들 있으면 막 회사 쪽에서 우리 가을에 음악을 하나 낼 건데 좀 가을에 낼 만한 음악이 없을까? 뭐 이렇게 좀 약간 날짜를 좀 먼저 잡아놓고 좀 작업을 하는 경우도 있고, 아니면 아티스트가 좀 꾸준히 좀 작업을 하는 아티스트면 좀 자주 들려주면서 이 노래 괜찮네 하고 좀 그냥 작업을 하면서 나오는 날짜를 좀 약간 잡아놓고 하는데, 두 분은 이제 좀 내는 기준은 이제 스케줄을 어떻게 좀 짜시는 편인가요?
저 말씀드렸다시피 오피서니까 매달 냅니다.
그냥 월말 평가처럼.
네네네. 그러니까 그 달에 저희인 거예요. 그게.
날짜 다 잡혀 있어요, 사실.
네.
네.
1년 계속 잡혀 있어요.
아니 두 분 노래가 엄청 많으셔서 진짜 꾸준히 정말 많이 내셔서 제가 보면서 이게 가능한가 싶을 정도였거든요. 그런 식으로 해서 이제 가능하게 되는 거군요.
네. 그렇죠.
Oh wow. So yeah, they release a song a month pretty much. If you guys haven't noticed that schedule, because yeah, that's kind of like their monthly roundup of who they were that month. And I was like, yeah, because I was noticing their discography. There's like so many songs that they've already released. I was like, how is this physical possible? But yeah, if I think about how their work tactic is, I think it actually is pretty possible if they're able to work in that tactic. So speaking of all this awesome music, as we continue on, we are going to dive into another live track. Hip Drive. What is this song? 이 곡 소개 좀 해주세요.
힙드라이브가 이제 제가 요즘에 운동을 하는데
아,
거기서 이제 스쿼트나 데드리프트를 하면
헬스 가시는군요.
네네. 네, 거기서 이제 힙드라이브가 이제 엉덩이를 움직이는 러브송입니다.
잠시만요. 이거는 오늘 두 분의 우리 나중에 영상 올 때 그냥 설명에 러브송입니다. 이걸 그냥 밀어붙여야 될 것 같은데요. 유행어로. It's a love song. Every song that they have is a love song.
All about love.
Okay, I'm gonna let you two get ready. 두 분 이제 물 마실 시간을 드리도록 할게요.
네.
Alright, so we got Jimmy Brown and Rov in the studio for today. Hip Drive is our next track, and Rov was explaining the track is like he's been going to the gym these days, and you know when you do squats and stuff like that, he kind of got inspiration from that. And he's like, it's a love song. So we're going to dive into that. I think they both took a sip of water. So yeah, are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay, let's go. Music cue.
Going to the moon, you're driving me too smooth. Without it all, not it below. Spinning up the top, spinning up the top. Yeah. Going to the moon, you're driving me too smooth. Without it all, not it below. Spinning up the top, spinning. I know I'm a player for you, but I always wait up in front of you. Yeah, you got me holding it dry in the mirror up and down. Girl, it's perfect, it's secret, you're undivided. Spinning up the top, you know you're so amazing. Yeah, get in my zone, I know you wanna cry. Get in my zone, I know you wanna. Going to the moon, you're driving me too smooth. Without it all, not it below. Spinning up the top, spinning up the. Going to the moon, you're driving me too smooth. Without it all, not it below. Spinning up the top, spinning up the.
Can't you see? It's just me and you. I love to see me from your point of view. 위로 뒤로 움직인 것도 다 새롭게만 보여. Make me act a fool. Take this, girl, I know you like this. You see me how I do it, girl, I know you like this. We've been going off and don't know when it's stopping. 가는 어디 전에 두는 재질. You know I sit through 주선처럼 벗은 이유. 비누 미끄럼틀을 타는 기분. And you know where we going, gotta keep it on. You know I like it when I'm loving more.
Going to the moon, driving me too smooth. We don't feel all, not it below. Spinning up the top, spinning up the. Going to the moon, you're driving me too smooth. We don't feel all, not it below. Spinning up the top, spinning up the top, yeah.
Wow, bravo. We've got Jimmy Brown and Rov in the studio for today. That was another live performance. That was not the CD, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
That was a live performance. Today I keep having to pull out my in-ears and whatnot because I'm like, you sure this is live? This is not the CD? So we're talking about them as individuals and also their music. Why is time running out? 왜 시간이 빨리 가는 거죠? 안 돼요. 지금 너무 재밌어요. I need this to like 3 hours. So we're going to talk a little bit more about, I always ask this to any of my vocalists. How do you guys practice? 사실 제가 아티스트 분들이 이제 인터뷰를 하다 보니까 어떤 분들은 목을 아껴야 되는 분들, 이제 근육이기 때문에 근육을 아껴서 공연할 때만 말도 많이 안 하고, 그리고 어떤 분들은 풀어야만 좀 많이 하고 좀 목도 풀고 좀 그래야 뭐 공연이라든지 노래를 잘한다 이런 주의고, 어떤 분들은 연습할 때 정말 딱 집중해서 한두 시간만 하는 분들 대신에 좀 많이 쉬더라도 하루 종일 약간 6시간 이상을 좀 뭐 노래를 계속 불러가면서 정말 극과 극인데, 두 분은 좀 어떠세요? 목 관리나 이렇게 좀 연습하는 방법이?
연습 사실 따로 많이 안 합니다.
녹음만 많이 고급 곡 작업이랑?
공연할 때는 한 첫 2-3곡은 잘 못 불러요.
항상 목이 워밍업이 좀 필요하구나.
네네. 근데 실전에서 이렇게 풀리는 게 있어가지고.
네네.
그러니까 전에 많이 풀어도 꼭 안 풀리더라고요.
오, 그럴 수 있죠, 진짜.
한 두세 곡 지나면 그때부터 이제 이렇게 피가 여기까지 차오르면서 막 뛰어놀고 그러는데 그래서 두세 곡은 죄송합니다.
Okay, for future reference. So Rovv was saying that, I mean, he doesn't really practice like too much out of what he already is doing because, you know, he does record quite a lot in the studio. But he has realized that even if he warms his vocals up before a performance, the first 2 to 3 songs, he's not in the zone quite yet. His vocals aren't warmed up to as much as he wants it to. But he notices like after like the 2 to 3 songs he does in the show, he starts to really warm up and then he's kind of all over the place. Jimmy, what about you?
저도 연습 별로 안 해서 반성하게 되네요.
아니요. 아니 예전에 제가 그 테너 하시는 분들을 인터뷰를 했는데 오페라 하시는 분들은 정말 연습을 많이 하시면 안 된대요. 성대가 많이 다치기도 하고 공연을 못 하신대요. 그래서 본인들도 막 웃으면서 그 동료분들이 좀 많이 놀린대요. 니네는 뭐 연습도 안 하냐 뭐 이런 식으로 하는데
신기하다.
그게 이제 좀 알차게 내가 딱 해야 하는 것들만 딱딱딱딱 약간 운동하듯이 하루 종일 헬스 가 있는다고 살이 더 빨리 빠지는 건 아니다 보니까 그러니까 좀 비슷한 맥락으로 좀 짧고 굵게 하셔야 되는 분들이 있는 반면에 좀 많이 해야 되는 분들이 있어서 So Jim was like, oh, I don't practice either. I was like, I kind of feel bad. I was like, no. I was interviewing some tenors a few years back and they were saying that they've even gotten teased from like their colleagues and their peers because they don't practice. But it's kind of like, you know, just because you're at the gym all day doesn't mean that you're going to lose more weight. You know, if you know how to use your muscles, I feel that would be better. So I feel that these two already know how to move their muscles. Speaking of performances, I hear that there's a tour coming up.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, NA tour, like the first time.
like the first time.
Please gush and just PR about it as much as possible.
네,
공부 많이 해야죠.
네, 저희 미국 갑니다, 여러분.
Okay, so what are the dates?
November.
It's
November 5th.
Yeah.
Starting from Toronto
Okay.
to LA, New York. We'll be going to 13 cities
13 cities.
in
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Canada.
13 cities in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
준비됐어요? 그 체력이
아직 안 됐어요.
Oh, you're building up until
Yeah.
November.
네.
화이팅.
What do you plan to do to keep your stamina up? Because 13 cities in 2 weeks is not easy.
We're not gonna drink at all.
Oh, do you two like to drink?
We do.
Okay, limit. 주량. No 방송용. Tell me honestly.
소주 한 병 반?
Well, that's
잘 못 마셔 뭐예요?
oh, okay. A bottle and a half of soju. Okay. Rovv, what about you?
Me 2 or 3.
2 or 3? I feel that they're being a little modest today. Well, okay, so they're not going to be drinking because it does affect your vocals to get ready for it. 또. 준비, 체력 준비로 운동?
Yeah,
운동하고
workout.
Working out.
투어가 또 있습니다.
Oh, there's another tour coming
Another
up
tour.
after NA tour.
Oh, wow.
네. 처음 말하네요.
Ooh, we get an exclusive.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Where are you guys
We're
going?
going to Europe,
Ooh.
Paris, London, Berlin.
When?
And in December.
December. So November and December, you're going to be meeting the fans all over the world, pretty
Yep.
much.
And we're also going to Sydney,
Ooh.
Australia.
Melbourne
아마도.
Okay.
in January.
Okay. So this is pretty much going to bleed into the next year. You're going to be pretty much on tour,
Yeah.
meeting up with the fans.
Yeah.
So do you plan on working while you're on tour? Do you feel like you'll be able to have like your laptop and stuff to help you work, or
I never tried it. He tried it.
Oh,
once.
Rovv's done it.
When we were in Europe.
Uh-huh.
He brought his laptop.
to work? So you've never done it before?
No.
Okay. Do you plan on doing it, or?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. You're gonna just let those be memories and then come
Yeah,
back and then work on music
yeah.
afterwards. 로브 씨는 그래도 투어 때는 해보셨는데 뭐 좀 계속 그 꾸준히 그 마인드셋을 유지하기 위해서 하시는 건가요? 아니면 그냥 가서 좀 영감을 최대한 좀 담으려고 하시는 건가요?
할 게 없어서 그냥 했습니다. 그리고 그냥 해보고 싶었어요.
아, 감기.
네, 그리고 앞으로도 한번 해볼 생각이고.
Oh, okay.
네.
So yeah, we got an exclusive. They're going to Europe also as well. So it looks like for just through November to pretty much January, they're going to be overseas meeting up with the fans as much as possible. It seems that Rove actually has taken his laptop overseas, like on tour to work on music before. Jimmy not plan on doing that. But yeah, Rove says that I was like, do you try to just stay in that habit of doing that 9 to 5? Or, you know, do you want to try to add as much inspiration as possible? He's like, not so much. It's just that he wanted to try it the last time they were on tour and he liked it. He probably is going to do it again this time, but I don't think he feels that it's like the main thing to do, but definitely, yeah. So it looks like that a lot of the listeners are actually really excited about these tour dates. If we can go on to both of your socials, do we have updates?
Yeah.
Okay.
We will.
Okay. 두 분의 개인 SNS만 가시면 그 모든 정보는 알 수 있을 거예요.
네.
아,
Dates and stuff too.
유럽하고 그 오스트레일리아는 아직
안 올라간 거예요?
안 올라왔어요. 여기서만 말했어요.
Okay.
네.
So yeah, the European dates just wait a little bit.
예.
That was an exclusive, so they won't post until the right time.
Yeah.
Also we go Jakarta.
You're going to Jakarta too?
예.
Yeah, in October?
Wow. So pretty much in this entire fall lineup, we're going to see you in person in different cities.
Yeah. It's a dream come true.
Wow. Is it a dream come true?
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of dreams, do you have a dream stage? 약간 꿈의 무대가 있을까요? 두 분? Grammys, Madison Square Garden, 아니면 뭐 약간 뭐 국내 솔로 투어 뭐 아니면 뭐 좀 약간 그런 꿈의 무대들 있잖아요. 뭐 어떤 한 스테디움이 될 수도 있고 뭐 어떤 도시가 될 수도 있고.
전 없어요.
Okay.
네.
Rumble to, Madison Square Garden. Okay.
네.
Jimmy's like, I don't think I have one. Okay. Rove, do you have one?
Tour.
Just a tour. Just continue to do more tours, bigger scale tours. Okay. Sounds good. Everybody is extremely excited. As soon as you started spitting out dates, they're like, wait, New York, Paris, wait, what? I need more information. So continue to stay tuned to both of their social media accounts. They'll probably give you some updates on that as much as needed. We have to start wrapping up the show.
No way.
저희 벌써 인사할 시간이 다가오고 있는데요. Before we go, I do have to ask, how was the show today? 두 분 오늘 소감은 어땠나요?
It was awesome. Awesome.
Awesome experience?
It was 재밌었어요.
Oh, it was Well, what about you?
아 너무 재밌었어요.
Oh, it was a lot of fun today.
친구랑 얘기하는 것.
Oh,
네,
good.
네.
Oh, well, please come back. 또
Next
와야죠.
time we're gonna bring
Wait.
bottle of soju.
Okay. Okay, we need to change this to a YouTube show if we're gonna do that. Yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna have to call designated driver to go home. It's already time for us to say goodbye, and as we do that for today, we do have Rove's track to say goodbye with Smoke and 연기처럼. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you.